It's another day and yet another new manager at the FC Barcelona camp. A new dawn is coming at the club with some new philosophies, with new ideas and a start with a clean slate. Ronald Koeman, welcome to Barcelona. So who is this guy? Most of you might remember him from his days at Everton, which was abysmal. And now yet again, the Barcelona fans, the board, are a subject of slander. I know most of people are now claiming that the Barcelona is finished, that the squad is dead, the players should leave, and throwing at us all sorts of questions like when is Messi leaving the club, and the worst is when is Messi retiring. The same people have forgotten what this club once stood for, Mascarone Club. That means it's more than a club. It can never be finished. What happened if we lost 8-2? We lost 4-0 against Liverpool, but yet we came back. We won the La Liga. We lost against Roma, but we won the La Liga that time again. Yes, of course, we have been poor in the UEFA Champions League, but my friends, no, the club is not dead. We are gonna rise again. We are gonna bring back the old good times again. But yes, the club is in a transition period now, and Ronald Koeman is the best man to do it. Koeman will be the new manager at FC Barcelona, and he has told Bartomeu that Messi will be a key fixture in their next project. So what is going on inside that little head of Lionel Messi? It's true that Koeman and Messi did have a talk yesterday, and it's still in doubt whether if Messi will be staying or will he be leaving, but Koeman has stated that Messi is a key fixture in the new project that they have been working upon, because Messi is the captain, he is the leader of this team, and Koeman will want the world's best player with his team rather than let him go to one of the rival clubs. Surely we'll talk all about that in a bit detail, but firstly, let's talk about why Barcelona went for Ronald Koeman. Well, let's see. This board is staying until the next presidential election, which will be held in March 2021, and up till then, this board is there to stay. Quique Setien was relieved of his services by Eric Abidal, and the latter was relieved by his services by Bartomeu himself. But the main villain is still there. Bartomeu is still there. It's a fraud. It's a shame that even after what has happened, this board has still decided to stay. I don't know what, they don't even have a shred of dignity in them. They should now be packing the bags up and leaving after what they have done to this club. But anyways, the board decided these are dire times, and a short but immediate solution is much more important than a long-term project. And hence, that's why Xavi hasn't been brought back, and that's actually good for the club. Because even if you bring back Pep, even if you bring back Xavi and the board stays, it will do no good for this Barcelona team as a whole. So now let's call it a bridging the gap phase for Barcelona rather than calling it a transition period, because Barcelona have to be pulled down from this lowly area to a point where Xavi can take over. And to do that, Koeman is the best guy. Now, let me tell you why. Firstly, this board is staying, and Koeman definitely is a Barcelona legend. He played there as a defender in the 90s and is the highest scoring defender of all times. Plus, he was also a good friend of Johan Cruyff, and now the 1992 Champions League hero has returned to his home grounds, has returned to Camp Nou, taking a job which he so badly wanted. Now, let's take a brief look at his managerial stints. Koeman has coached in 4 different countries at 4 different clubs in his 20 years of career, and he has definitely seen the good phase and even the bad phase. He began in 1998 as an assistant coach of Barcelona, working under who else but Louis van Gaal. Then a brief spell at Vitesse, and from there he went to Ajax, where he won the Eredivisie title for 2 years between 2002 and 2005, this being his longest coaching spell, which lasted for 3 years. Then a brief stint at Benfica, which was the team which defeated best of the teams in that year's UEFA Champions League, and they finished 3rd in the league. Then he went to PSV Feyenoord, which landed him the job at Southampton, replacing Pochettino. With the likes of Sadio Mane, Virgil van Dijk, Tadic, he guided Southampton to the best ever finish in the Premier League and qualifying for the UEFA Europa League. Then the job at Everton was abysmal. The loss of Lukaku to United and the regular rifts between the board and himself got him sacked, as they found themselves in the relegation zone. But interestingly, during the 2007 and 2008 season, he was the head coach of Valencia. He guided them to their Copa del Rey title but was sacked in just 168 days as he brought them from the third position to battling relegation. But here at Valencia, he did something interesting. As soon as he arrived, there were problems between the egos of the players and everything. And then the dressing room turned against him because he was dropping big names who weren't performing. And he had no support there, no backing from the board, and he was sacked. But this mentality, this approach is actually good for Barcelona. Perhaps this is the exact thing that is required at the moment, because none of the managers before, be it Ernesto Valverde or Quique Setién, had the balls to drop Luis Suarez when he wasn't performing, to drop Rakitic, or to drop Piqué at the bench. But Koeman comes with his very own attitude. He has never stayed at a club for so long, and his average managerial tenure is just about 623 days. And that's actually a good news. We don't need him to be a long-term plan for Barcelona. We need him to make those drastic change, to make some dire changes at this club and enforce them right from the first day. And now let's come back to the why him part of this video. Having shown signs of both good and bad moments, Koeman's work with the Netherlands international team has been phenomenal. When Koeman took over, they were a disjoint team. They were broken, with many senior players retiring, lots of young talent coming up, and nobody to guide them, which is exactly the case at Barcelona. That team was all over the floor as they just suffered the embarrassment of missing out on the 2018 World Cup. The morale was broken, the team was on low confidence, and Koeman was brought in 2018 to work from within. He brought out the young guns in De Ligt, De Jong, Dumfries and Bergwijn, and made them work with veterans like De Roon, De Jong, Babel and Kevin Strootman. He did a fantastic job there, sending them to the UEFA Nations League final and also made them qualify for the Euro 2020 pretty easily. And also, he had previously rejected Barcelona in January when Ernesto Valverde was being sacked, but this time he knew that there won't be a better time to manage Barcelona because it has always been his dream. So he put aside his Dutch contract, which specifically stated that if Barcelona come knocking, they will allow him to leave. And now he has got a big task on hand to fix yet again a broken team. But since the elections are to be held next year, who knows how long he will stay? Who knows what he will bring at the table? And who knows how good a job he will be doing? What tools he will be provided, and will he be having the backing of the club, the backing of the player, the backing of Leo Messi? But let me say this board has been lying to us for so long. Just to keep the fans singing, this board, Bartomeu brought in Quique Setién just because he follows Cruyff's style of play, but he wasn't even the first choice. Before hiring Quique Setién, the board talked to Xavi, they talked to Henry, they talked to Koeman even, Martinez and even Pochettino, and they hired Setién, who was an escape plan for the board. But it blew right into their faces. It had already damaged his authority on the squad, his say in the team, because he was being the fifth choice manager and everybody knew about this. The board just wanted to keep everybody calm by saying Cruyffism is back and we'll be playing a football that we have always played like, we'll be playing the tiki-taka style, but no, Quique Setién failed to deliver that. So the next time if somebody asks you what's wrong with Barcelona, what's wrong with the board, what did they do to you, just answer them simply that they weren't provided the right tools at the right time. But Koeman is here. It is what it is now. So how to differentiate between him and Ernesto Valverde or even Quique Setién? What can he bring for this Barcelona team? Well, to answer this, I'll just say Ronald Koeman is many things but not a puppet. He has played in the Cruyff's dream team and so the dressing room respects him. He has got an authority. The successful rebuild of the Dutch national side gives them hope for yet another impending job over here. And one of the most significant benefits would be his relationship and effect with Frenkie de Jong. The midfielder can now finally be deployed in his original position and the midfield can be built around him. Koeman is a manager who fully understands him, and all of the many youngsters who are coming out in Barcelona will be given a nod and will be given a chance to shine in his tutelage. But more important than this, Koeman comes with an attitude. He comes with a standpoint of his own. He will not accept normality and he has got a sound personality. He is not a pushover and he has got his own methods. And that's exactly what Barcelona needs, a voice to control the dressing room, a voice to make all of the decisions. Like when Pep came in, he sold Ronaldinho, he sold Eto'o, he sold Ibrahimovic just to prevent any bad influence on the 19-year-old Leo Messi. So Pep had that voice. He had that voice to make a statement. Losing out on big names, he doesn't care about that. All he cared about was that one vision where he had to perfect his game plan. And even though Ronaldinho was at his peak then, and Pep had no doubt, he had no problem in selling him. And see where that landed Barcelona. They won the sextuple, they even won the treble. Those were the best days of Barcelona under Pep Guardiola, because that guy, Pep, had the balls to make such drastic changes. And Koeman is also a badass. So Barcelona at the moment don't need a good coach or a tactician. They need a manager to have control over that splitting squad, who can disrupt the inside politics, and everybody will be answerable to him. Everybody. Because nobody is bigger than the club. So get that dressing room in control. Only then we'll be able to come to the part of how to play. We all know that Koeman is a Barcelona legend. He is well respected here, but will he be having the backing of the board? Will the board sign players according to his need, or will they just go out on a shopping spree and sign all the 30-year-olds? Anyways, Koeman did a fantastic job managing the Dutch national team, and he is expected to do at least the same with this Barcelona, bridge the gap between then and now, so that if Laporte comes, so that if Victor Font comes and he appoints Xavi, he will have something to begin with. Because that's gonna happen, guys. In around 1 year or 2 years, we'll be seeing Xavi returning to Catalonia. But before that, Koeman has a big task of managing Messi. And before that, even Messi has to make up his mind to whether stay or to leave. The board said, and even PK said, a whole new change, a structural change is required, and this squad needs a complete overhaul. PK even offered to be the first person to leave if it fits the club's need. And so, players are to be sold, the new signings are to be made, but not like Pjanic. No. And so for now, everything depends on Leo Messi, whether he'll be staying and helping the squad with the rebuild in his last years of his career, or will he be joining some big teams and go for winning the Champions League again. But if Leo decides to leave, will the club stop him from leaving after what he has done for the club? Will they be asking astronomical amount of money for Leo Messi? Will they be making his leaving difficult? But personally speaking, I would want Messi to stay. I know this takes a huge toll on his brains, on his mind, on his will to stay, but we need him. Imagine if Messi leaves at this moment. Koeman will be having nothing to build from. Of course, he has a good squad. Of course, Barcelona has a good squad. But you know what? Messi is so much important for Barcelona, because building along with Messi will be a bit easier. And I personally want Messi to play under Xavi once, because if it won't happen, it won't be good for Messi, nor it will be good for Barcelona, nor it will be good for even Xavi. But Koeman, he is a good guy. He is clear in his approaches, and he has got a pragmatic approach, I know, but that could be like a blessing in disguise for Barcelona. Because now, every player needs to work. They have to fight for a place in the starting 11. Nobody is a guaranteed starter. You work, you are in the team. You're not, you are thrown out of the club. This should be the approach of this new era of Barcelona, if we are calling that. You have to show the intent to stay at Barcelona. Repair is needed. Although Koeman comes with a bit of inconsistency, but his mentality will be key. But you know what? If it doesn't work out well, Koeman and Bartomeu will be having a problem hiding all of their achievements on their plaque.